I want to talk about the Batman. So the Batman 2 is coming, and people love it, people hate it. People love Battinson, people hate Battinson. People love the movie, people say it's too long, you know? So Batman 2 is coming, though, and as it comes out, it's coming out October 3rd, 2025, so we have some time. To over 2.5 years later, 2.5 years later, the sequel's coming out, which is a long time. So now, of course, Andy Serkis coming back to be Alfred. Colin Farrell's coming back to be Penguin. So he came out. He's doing the HBO Max show, being Penguin, doing a deeper dive into his story. It picks up right after the events of the Batman, and then once that ends, it's gonna pick up at Batman 2. So great for him. Paul Dano's coming back to be Riddler. Apparently, gonna finish up whatever he's doing in that movie. And on top of that, they have finally said that Clayface is the new big villain. Yeah. First time in a Batman movie. First time. And I love me some Clayface. I think this is a great choice. If you're gonna go with something different,
me too. He was
right, Mike.
Him and Scarecrow. Well, because we were both weaned on the animated series. That was the thing.
Yeah,
right?
which yeah, and the Clayface in that was great. He was awesome, and of course, he's so like, how do you beat him? You know, it's so hard for Batman to beat. It's like a supernatural character for Batman to beat,
that's what I was wondering. It hadn't really occurred to me before that. Okay, so Batman will be he's present in the other DC like magic-y universes, but the other superheroes don't really come into the Batman worlds to sprinkle magic and sci-fi elements in there. His world is pretty normal. So how you gonna have Clayface work? That's what it's got me wondering.
Especially in this one, yeah, you're right. Especially in this Matt Reeves verse, because the Matt Reeves verse is very much trying to be like Christopher Nolan in a way, keeping it grounded. Of course, they try to be even more like, you know, he doesn't have the Bat Cave. He's like an underground tunnel, you know. So it's like a little different than the typical Batman type deal. So how do you make a supernatural character happen like this? And of course, there are multiple versions of Clayface in the comic books. There's the one we all know where, you know, he goes through, he becomes a Clayface, he becomes a whole melted thing. There's another version though that was an actor in the comic books who wasn't even like Clayface. But so I hope they don't go that route. I hope that they stick to like the typical what we expect Clayface to be, which is of course like a mud creature, you know, that just like morphs and changes and stuff.
How are they going to do that? Do you see that happening in this you know, this usually standard gritty Batman verse that they're doing?
That's a good Clayface is science based. Yeah, it's science based.
I'm not saying they couldn't do it. I'm saying, are they bringing the supernatural elements in it, or are they going to just have it be some? Like, because the cartoon, grounded. He just like goops his face all,
and he could change his into
somebody else's face.
He can change
which is cool.
People,
yeah, he changed other people all the time, and you would think like he would be changing the Batman and stuff like that, and be Bruce Wayne and be out in the world and stuff, and you would think that's him, but it's not. Then all of a sudden his face will start drooping, kind of like Darkman, which I love. Darkman, like you know, that shit happens, you know, and then all of a sudden, oh my face.
Maybe they'll bring in Tom Cruise. They'll be doing the Mission Impossible face mask thing, and they can maintain the realism.
My only exposure to Clayface as a character was through the Harley Quinn series.
Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk is so great.
Love Alan Tudyk.
Friend of the show.
Amazing. Friend of the show.
Definitely friend of the
Best friend of the show, Alan Tudyk.
Alan, here's to you. You got a great name. My uncle's Alan too. So to you, friend of the show.
This is a nerdy ass episode.
Drink your LaCroix.
It really is. It really is. It's called Nerd News.
Episodes. Like, what are you kidding me? I've become 75% more nerd since I started doing the show. It's ridiculous.
Let's see. Our first three stories: Star Trek, followed by a comic book and another comic book.
Some serious news in Hollywood, you know. Some serious
news. A little bit of domestic abuse.
We had a downer there for a minute, but we recovered.
We're back talking about Alec Tudyk. Like, yes, I'm Clayface, you know, and he's like doing like Shakespearean acting.
I'm a Clayface.
I'm a Clayface.
In the cartoon, right?
My face is melting. It's a melting pretty much.
So it melted like a mozzarella.
Now I look like my mom.
There's a version in the comic books of Clayface where he's a B-level actor, like a B-list actor named Basil Baz Carlo, and he once portrayed a villain named Clayface.
Got it.
Yeah, but he portrayed a character named Clayface, and he hears about a movie being remade that's once starred in, and he proceeds to kill all their actors that are trying to play Clayface, and that's where that villain comes into play. So he's like a serial killer because he's mad people are trying to play his part Clayface again to remake it. So they could go that route. That's straight comics, you know, but that wouldn't be what we'd expect. You know what I mean? Would you want anybody want to see that? I don't know if I want to see that. No. Mike, would you want to see that, or do you want the typical Clayface?
Hey, you're not bringing out your sparkly vampire shirt there, Rachel. It's appropriate too.
My Battins.
Yeah, you got the Batman right there on your shirt.
That's 3 of them.
Oh,
Oh wait, hold
Twilight.
on. I gotta bring it. We gotta do that again. I got Micah. We gotta do that again, Rachel. The audience did not see that. We have to do it one more time.
The majesty of my.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. There he is.
That's all the Battinsons.
Good old Battinson.
I'm a sucker, man. I liked Affleck. Batman. Yeah, Affleck Batman too. The
Batfleck. We call him.
Batman.
I was like, what?
And
Batfleck.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I just like all these different kinds of Batmans. I'll like it no matter what. I don't think it's gonna suck. I mean, there was some ridiculous shit in the Pattinson version. Like, there's a flood and they all like head into the basement in Madison Square Garden.
That's what you do in a flood, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So I did want to make sure that's the correct
Yes,
thing.
Lexi.
Okay. Now it makes sense.
Sorry, I just want to give her a shout out because I also think that Affleck was the best Batman.
I think Affleck makes a really good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he does too. He has that kind of aura to him. Of course,
And
just
I
like
his Batman.
yeah,
I do
he's
not
just
like
very
his mouth.
angry. He's an angry elf.
Michael Keaton's the OG, but now he's old. So like, if I have to pick a Batman now, I go with Ben Affleck all day.
I want to see Batman in his golden years. Let's see him towards retirement. He's got arthritis from doing all the fighting and
all the fighting against all the villains.
That was the Alan Moore or the Frank Miller adaptation of Batman.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
what that one was called? Yeah, and he was old arthritic Batman. Exactly what you're
fantastic.
looking for.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. I think that was great. And that's what they were trying to go off of for Ben Affleck as it was. Like, he was supposed to be a little bit older, but not as old as Michael Keaton,
I thought they were doing
but
like young starting out Batman with
That's the Battinson, yes.
That's the Battinson, yeah.
Baby Batman.
Yeah.
But
Baby
hey,
Batman Beyond would be my favorite. I love to see a Batman Beyond.
There is zero differentiation between fucking Robert Pattinson playing Bruce Wayne and playing Batman. And for me, the whole point of Batman is that it's two different people and you don't know who it is. But like literally anyone off the street who saw Bruce Wayne being brooding and fucking angry and stupid would know that brooding, angry, and stupid Batman was also the same person. Like there's
maybe they'll have some character development and
not
it was a character
trying to hide it. He's just sitting there being angry and upset all the fucking time. Yeah. And
Sabrina,
Alfred was cool, but like this is bullshit.
Sabrina, are you excited about Clayface as a villain, as a concept, or no?
I mean, it depends on how they do it. I'm with Rachel as like my only exposure to Clayface on film is through Harley Quinn, and fucking Alan Tudyk knocked it out of the park. So if they could find somebody, or I mean, if he's shape shifting, you're gonna have to a lot of different actors, and I mean, it could get dicey. I don't know. But I'm not against it. I just I feel like I'm against the Battinson version of Batman, period. So I don't think it has anything to do with Clayface for me.
Let's make Liam Neeson Clayface. Let's do a little dark man fucking like little thing there. Liam Neeson comes in. I mean, I know he was Ra's al Ghul already, so maybe they wouldn't do it.
Like training.
He was Ra's al Ghul. Yeah. He was training.
Thank you for that name. Not something
That's a while ago. We
don't
don't remember that. No one remembers that. Gen Z doesn't know that shit.
Please remember it, but it was a different series, so you can do
ridiculous.
Well, who would play Clayface? So Batista, friend of the show. Give it to Dave.
That was my first thought.
My guess is many people are going to play Clayface. You know what I mean? Because he morphs into other people. So there's going to be many Clayfaces. The man in the clay, when we see him, if we see him, I mean, Batista's a good choice. But I feel like it will be many different actors playing them because he assumes different personalities all the time or different bodies all the time. So that's like, I mean,
it's gonna be hard to portray.
Cast Dave.
Confusing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You gotta have that one face has to keep popping up. I think that's what you're gonna do it for special effects. Like his face still pops in and morphs and other things, and his face appears again.
I am.
Lithgow, hell yeah.
John Lithgow, he's awesome.
Fuck
yeah.
Not gonna.
Come on, Trinity.
He's way too old at this point, but he's
a brilliant idea. A brilliant idea, but it's not going to happen. They're going to go. It's a young Batman.
They're going young.
There's no way, but that would be epic, honestly.
So who do you cast?
Most capable person for the job.
Who do you cast then? Like, who's young enough to do it? That'd be great. That's talented. That's gonna be fun. That could play all the different parts.
I mean,
that's
the thing is you're not playing all the different parts. You're gonna have to put another actor in there. So, like, let's say he's turning into me, then I would have to be me. He's not gonna be me. So like, really
I guess yes.
the part of Clayface itself, like it's not, there's not a lot of stress on it because the
why
work
can't he
is
be
going to be
older?
when you turn into someone else.
Why can't he be older though? Because you don't really
I'm not
see him that
saying
often
it-
too.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying I'm feeling like because the series is skewed so much. I mean, Colin Farrell is the oldest person in the film, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? And
That's
he's
true.
not really old. So I just feel like there's like it's probably. I mean, look at Paul Dano, you know, playing the Riddler. What is that he played? The Riddler?
Yeah, Riddler. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, he also very young. Like, I just feel like they're gonna bring in another young villain type situation to play Clayface. But I do believe
I got it. Don't worry about it. I've got it.
You got it?
You got this. Hashtag
I'm not
Brian
big
Oh
enough.
yeah, sure.
Hashtag not big enough.
Hashtag CGI, bro. It doesn't matter.
Hashtag
You know what, honestly,
Marvel
let's
diet.
go,
DC
let's
diet.
go for like a weird ass casting. Let's get Aubrey Plaza in here.
Yeah, right. They could do something like that, you know?
She is
She's trying to
definitely
fuck
not big
everybody, you know, and kill them at the same time and take their money, you know?
Yep.
Why not?
I would vote Melissa McCarthy if we're going woman. I feel
She's
like
too comedic. I mean, she can do serious, but I feel like
No,
people
dude,
think of
I
her and
feel
they
like
think.
she would be fucking. She's gonna be Ursula, and I'm really excited about it.
Get Sandy B.
I'd rather throw Michelle Yeoh in there and have her do it. I think that'd be awesome.
Sandra
Totally
Bullock.
big curveball.
Let's get her in.
No, Sandy B. She is not a friend of the show. Horrible person, also.
Sandy B. Michelle Yeoh's a friend of the show.
Michelle
Oh.
Yeoh is a friend of the show. She said Sandra Bullock. I said hard no.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle Yeoh.
It's a tough choice.
I feel like she played 48 characters in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So like it's not gonna be hard. Maybe the girl who played her, Stephanie Sue, who played her daughter, she might be a good Clayface because she's in the younger generation. And she played also 48 characters. But again, I feel like the actual Clayface is going to be Clayface. And everyone else is going to be someone that they've morphed into. And you'll have a bunch of different actors playing it, you know?
Did you see this, Brian? In Batman the Animated Series, did you see who Clayface was played by?
No, who?
Ron Perlman.
Really?
Yes.
Shocking.
They could do.
Bring him
Just
back.
use Ron Perlman.
Just use Ron Perlman. That would be
Yeah. Perfect. Or Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke, maybe.
Mickey Rourke,
His face is
that's
already
cool.
messed up,
You
though.
wouldn't even need makeup for him. You just throw him out there. And
Horrible.
give him a spray paint.
Horrible.
Good to go.
We love you, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. friend of the
The
show.
Wrestler was a great
Hashtag
movie.
I love that you saved Chihuahuas, buddy. Good job with the dogs.
It's a hard choice, but Clayface is the new villain. That's what they're saying right now. It's coming forward, the new villain for the Batman 2. Only time will tell who they cast. I hope they get somebody like John Lithgow, or like Mike was
That'd be
saying,
amazing.
let's just get Ron Perlman back. He's not doing Hellboy now. He has
That's
an
a hard
opportunity.
no.
Let's make that shit happen, I think.
No.